Hey there, dogs barking in the background, making an awesome day. They are excitable. We live out in the country, and the dogs, every once in a while, they just start randomly barking. I think that they, of course, have good hearing, so they can hear all kinds of crazy things that are going on in the background that we can't hear. And they're going to eat breakfast in about 20 minutes, so they'll get on me for that, too. Today, I want to talk a little bit about forgiveness. And I'm reading a very enlightening book by Cheryl Lightshoe. I interviewed her on my podcast a little while ago. One of the best episodes that we've had. It's really fun to see what people respond to and resonate with. And so she actually sent me 2 of her amazing books, and I've been reading this one and sharing it on my Supersize Your Business group page because it's so powerful in helping you to grow and build your business. It's the leader that you become determines how successful your business is. It's always true. The speed of the pack is always determined by the speed of the leader. Being quiet. So we have to go ahead and determine and talk about that and become better leaders if we want to build better, bigger, faster, more amazing supersize organizations or whatever type of organization we want to lead. We want to create the organization that makes us happy, that makes us feel fulfilled, that makes us feel satisfied so that we can give more of ourselves, because that's what life's all about, experiencing life as only we uniquely can. So today's was all about I care energy. It's a type of energy that resides in your heart. And some of us have actually had broken heart syndrome, which is what sudden cardiac arrest is called. And so I knew that this was a topic that I needed to really explore and dive into. And she has some exercises in there. And my initial response to the first exercise was, I don't want to do this. And I've learned since my sudden cardiac arrest, whenever I get I don't want to do this feeling about an activity or an exercise or a thought or an idea that somebody brings up, it's usually because I need to explore my feelings and my thoughts around that more, and I probably need to do that exercise the most. So she shares an exercise today about forgiveness, and that forgiveness is all about letting yourself off the hook. And I know that intellectually, but I forgive stuff all the time, but I mostly don't forgive myself. And it's time to do the exercise and forgive myself for a whole lot of stuff that wasn't even mine. It wasn't even my fault or my responsibility, but a lot of us take on other people's stuff as if it's our own because we don't know better. If we knew better at the time, we wouldn't do it. And that's why we need to let ourselves off the hook and forgive ourselves. So today, is there something in your life that you need to forgive yourself for or let yourself off the hook for? I need to forgive myself for picking the wrong life partner. I didn't think I needed to, but I divorced and I couldn't figure out why my divorce was nudging at me. It doesn't really bother me. I'm much happier divorced than I was married. And I'm sure my ex is as well, because although we're both great human beings, we weren't great for each other. We were like fire and ice. And so it wasn't a great combination, but separate, we're just fine. But I need to forgive myself for failing at marriage because I have all kinds of beliefs that I grew up with about that marriage was forever and yada, yada, yada. And I have not let myself off the hook for being divorced. And so I'm going to use this exercise that I learned today to let myself off the hook and forgive myself for being divorced. I've long since forgiven other people that were involved in this situation, but I haven't 100% forgiven myself. So I am excited to use the exercise she shared with us today. And it's a writing exercise, a journaling exercise, just to answer a few questions about, I'm actually going to share them, about forgiveness. And you do it and then you revisit it in a week. And it's a really cool exercise because it takes the pressure off of forgiving other people and forgiving yourself. And mostly it takes the pressure off you. So the questions are, you just journal about, you think about an event that happened in the past. So like I said, I'm going to think about my divorce. I'm going to say, write in detail about what happened. Then, why do you think it caused you hurt or rejection? Followed by, how do you feel about this situation right now? Right now, this minute, how do you feel about the situation? Write about your feelings at the time you are doing this exercise. So you're writing about, not about your past hurts, not about how you felt yesterday. How do you feel right this minute about the situation? And then what or who can you forgive right now? So how much can you forgive yourself right now? How much can you forgive the other person or the situation right now? And it can be just a one-word answer. It's not what or who you should forgive or I should have forgiven myself 100% years ago, right? But I haven't. So right now, how much am I willing to forgive? And then be honest with yourself. It's a one-word answer. If I say nothing, it's nothing. If I'm not ready to let go of anything right now, then it's nothing. But if I am, I write that down. Then we're not going to force our responses. And in a week, we're going to mark on our calendar to come back in a week and then ask ourselves and do this exercise again. I'm going to keep doing it until I just don't have any emotional charge with the situation anymore. And I can honestly say, I'm bored with this. I've forgiven myself, the situation, and all the parties involved, and I'm just done with it. So I think that's an incredibly powerful exercise for forgiveness. And again, my first response was, I ain't doing this. I don't want to do it. I don't need this. And then I thought about it and I'm like, okay, well, in the past, I've learned that when I read about or hear about something like this for the first time, I initially say, yeah, I'm going to skip this exercise. I'm not going to do it. And those are the ones I know that I'm resisting because I need them the most. So I'm going to challenge you, just like me, to do this today. Pick something, because almost all of us have something in our past that we need to forgive, either someone else or, most importantly, ourselves. And so I would love if you would share with me in the comments below if you did this and if it worked for you or if you have to do it for a couple more weeks. I'll tell you right now, I'm probably not going to get her done today. I'm probably going to have to do it for a few weeks and maybe a few months, who knows, until I've actually just let go of everything and forgiven myself for everything I think I should have known and should have done at the time and in the past. Because guess what? Can't fix anything that happened in the past. Tony Robbins does a really quick technique with this that I use. It's not a written technique. It's a mental visualization technique that's very similar to this, but you don't write it all down. And it seems to go a lot faster. I used that to overcome losing a job in the past because I was in a tough situation and got let go for not cause. And I took it personally and it was very hurtful. And I used the Tony Robbins version of the mental technique of erasing and changing that memory. So that memory has absolutely no emotional charge on me anymore. It did for several years and it negatively impacted me. And I knew I needed to let it go. So I used Tony Robbins technique on that and it worked really, really well. So there's always a way to forgive things, but mostly we need to forgive ourselves. Working on my normal stuff today. I need to do some more things on the Women's Summit. I feel like I'm not making enough progress on that. And, you know, it's just a personal judgment. It's not like anybody's given me a timeline or something. It's my personal goal and objective for that. So that's it. Go out, make it a fantastic day. And I will, of course, chat with you tomorrow. Maybe I'll share another amazing thing that I'm learning about leadership energy because I find Cheryl's work is absolutely fascinating. It's such a cool combination of leadership skills along with energy, and everything is energy, so it's really, really powerful. And I'm loving it. I really am loving it. So I can't wait to have her on the Women's Summit this January. All right, talk soon.